What is going on? Happy Sunday afternoon to everybody. It is the 10th of November, 2024. Feeling good, feeling great. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about the news, man. So, a FEMA woman, right? FEMA woman who told workers to avoid Florida homes with Trump signs is fired. A federal emergency management agency supervisor who told her subordinates to skip Florida homes with Trump signs in the aftermath of Hurricane Milton has been fired. You're fired, ma'am. Marn'i Washington, 38, told workers in a group chat to avoid homes advertising Trump as they worked around the town of Lake Placid in late October and early November. Her edict prompted workers to avoid at least 20 homes with signage indicating their support for President-elect, leaving residents to fend for themselves without any federal aid. Employees who spoke with the outlet reported. Amid the outrage at the nation's emergency department for the apparent discrimination, FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell announced Saturday that Washington has been fired from her position, all because you don't have a moral compass. You lost your job because you don't have a moral compass, someone that disagrees with you. This is a clear violation of FEMA's core values and principles to help people regardless of their political affiliation. I mean, that's what I would imagine, right? If I like Trump, I'm allowed to like Trump. So what this woman did was discriminate against Trump supporters. You know? I mean, she's a black woman coming from the black community. She should know what it feels like to, you know what I'm saying? To be discriminated against. So what she did was say, you know what? I'm going to discriminate against others because they support Trump. Because they call him a fascist, racist, Nazi, on and on and on it goes. There's her text there. Best practices. Not one goes anywhere alone. No one says not. No one goes anywhere alone. Avoid homes advertising Trump. So this went viral. People are pissed off about this. So I'm just reporting the news. They said, I want to be clear to all my employees and the American people. This type of behavior and action will not be tolerated at FEMA and we will hold people accountable if they violate these standards of conduct. So this is a black woman that is a supervisor violating the standards of conduct. Why? Because she's entitled. Nobody can disagree with her. Nobody can say, you know what, I support Trump. I'm going to put that sign in front of my lawn, whether you like it or not. And what she did was violate the standards of conduct. And again, this is a black woman coming from the black community. She should know how it feels to be discriminated against. So what she did was like, oh, I'm going to go discriminate against Trump supporters. I will continue to do everything I can to make sure that this never happens again. That's a good thing. It says one of the workers said, I thought we could, go help and make a difference. When we got there, we were told to discriminate. What? Whoa. Hold on. Let me read that part again. One of the workers said, I thought we could go help make a difference. When we got there, we were told to discriminate against people. This is disgusting stuff, man. This is disgusting stuff. But this goes on. Absolutely, this goes on in society. Again, I told you, there's evil people that exist. It's almost unbelievable to think that someone in the federal government would think that's okay. The person added that it was wrong to discriminate against Trump supporters when they were, when they were at their most vulnerable. They added, I volunteer to help disaster victims, not discriminate against them. All right? It didn't matter if people were black, white, Hispanic, for Trump, for Harris. Everyone deserves the same amount of help. But that's not how they think. It's the inversion of that. If you're black, there's people that discriminate against you on your skin. If you're white, there's people that discriminate. It doesn't matter. If you're for Trump or for Harris, they discriminate against you. This is their new way. This is why they lost the election, because people are sick and tired of it. Images also obtained by the outlet of the system used to document what homes they visited showed notes being left that said, Trump sign, no contact, per leadership. But the Trump-related remarks were reportedly deleted from the group chat a few days after she posted them. Because they're cowards. They throw rocks and hide their hands. That's how they live every day, man. Right? They say this thing, then when you confront them, or they get caught, they say, oh, I didn't say it. They're the ultimate cowards. They're weak individuals. That's how they live. Right? It says images also obtained by the outlet. The system used to document what homes they visited. Show notes being left that said Trump signed no contact. Look, Trump signed no contact right there. Right? They're cowards. There's a lot of cowards out there, man, in society. And you need to be conscious of the cowards. That's what I say. We see them. We know who they are. They exist everywhere. News of Washington's order outraged Lake Placid residents, with Mayor John Holbrook told the New York Post, her discrimination really sickens me. Well, I'm going to tell you something, man. They discriminate against men. There's women out there that are anti-man. They're anti-Trump supporter. They're anti, and they can, right? They thrive in hate. They like to be hateful to people that disagree with them. Like, they love it. Like, it feels good for them, right? A person with a moral compass is like, yo, I'm not just gonna hate people and discriminate against people because I feel like it. It's wrong to do that. But they don't have a moral framework. And so they'll just have to deal with the negative consequences. You'll just have to deal with the negative consequences every single day. There are no parties when we are recovering. Over 30 people died after the storm wrecked catastrophe. I mean, Cardi B literally wished for people to get hit with a hurricane. I'll play that for you. This is why people, like, bro, this is not good. This is not a good society. It's a dark and sick society. So that's what it is. They're cowards. They've been cowards their whole life. And they will remain a coward. Let me show you this. Look, this is TMZ, November 7th. All right? It said, did Cardi B just admit that the deep state cabal uses deadly destructive weather engineering like hurricanes in order to punish certain states? But it said, Cardi B says election results are why some states get hurricanes. Deletes posts. This is where it comes from. Here's her post. Wishing hurricanes would hit some states.
This is why some of y'all states be getting hurricanes. That's all I'm going to say. This is why some of y'all states be getting hurricanes. That's all I'm going to say.
Right? And she deleted the post. It's just like the woman saying, Trump sign. It's like about the Trump sign. It's the same thing. Nothing changes with their mindset. It's trash. It's garbage. It stinks. Yeah, it stinks. All right, let's go back to that post. So, like, again, right? Trump side, no contact per leadership. And, like, let me say something about the cowards that the workers, in their minds, oh, I gotta feed my family. They got to feed their family. They have kids. They don't have kids. They have to pay their bills. I understand that. But is discriminated against people worth it in the long term? Clearly not. You got caught. That's how stupid you are. You should have took the moral compass route, and you wouldn't be in this predicament. To this lady, But yeah, anyway, I digress on that. Let me see if I can get a video of this here. Right, like weak men create hard times. Good times create weak men, and they're becoming very weak. Yeah, what's going on, man? What's up? Salute. So weak men create hard times. That's it. More of the story is they're very weak. There's no debate at the end of the day. All right? There is really no debate. They lose. They're evil. That's it. That's all you really need to know. They're very evil. Right? So
you think you know.
I don't believe in being evil to people for no reason. It's disgusting. That's why I call those cowards out on the dating streaming service, because that's what they are. They're cowards of life. They've been that the whole time. Now they're just blatant with their cowardice.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is calling on his state's Emergency Management Division to investigate what he calls the federal government's targeted discrimination toward Floridians who support Donald Trump. This comes after the
Hold on. Targeted discrimination. That's what they do on a dating app. They have targeted discrimination against men. That's all it is. They have targeted discrimination against men on a dating app. That's it.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is calling on his state's emergency management division to investigate what he calls the federal government's targeted discrimination toward Floridians who support Donald Trump.
Crazy,
This
right?
comes after the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
So wait a minute. If I say I like Donald Trump, like say if I'm having a so now it makes sense, right? Like, yeah. So if I'm having a conversation in a workplace, right, and there's more liberal women in the workplace, and they support Kamala, okay, and someone says, hey, so Jay, you know, what did you think about the election? I say, well, I think Donald Trump has better policies than Kamala, and I think Donald Trump is a better candidate than Kamala. They will discriminate against me in the workplace. They will discriminate against you guys in the workplace because you said Donald Trump has better policies than Kamala, because you went against the Democratic machine. They don't want you to go against the Democratic machine. They want you to be agreeance of whatever the official narratives are. So if you do your own research, you're a critical thinker, and you think for yourself, you're self-sufficient, you're in the workplace, right? It's like a bully tactic in the workplace. You say, hey, you know what? I think Donald Trump is a better candidate. In their minds, their low IQ minds can't comprehend why you would say that. So what they do is they discriminate against you in the workplace because you said you like Donald Trump. This goes on.
He confirmed that a supervisor told relief workers responding to Florida after Hurricane Milton to, quote, avoid homes with signs in support of the now president-elect. That person also reportedly put out a memo telling workers to stay together, follow the rules, and practice of de-escalation tactics. FEMA employees told news outlets at least 20 different homes with Trump signs or flags were passed after the storm because of the order. A FEMA spokesperson says the supervisor is no longer working in Florida.
Right, strong and independent woman gets a job working there. Hold on, I got a post in here. Hold on a second. Gets a job working there and discriminates against Trump supporters that need hurricane relief. That is some evil shit. That is some evil stuff. Again, I'm just showing you that the evil exists in this world, man. And you got to figure out what side you want to be on. I've already picked and choose what side I want to be on. The right side of history, of course. But not them. No, not them. No, not them. Let me see. Okay, let's.
Meanwhile, a FEMA worker has been fired after she reportedly directed workers helping hurricane survivors not to go to homes with yard signs. Meanwhile, a FEMA worker has been fired after she reportedly directed workers helping hurricane survivors not to go to homes with yard signs supporting President-elect Donald Trump. FEMA's leader released that information in a statement today, saying it was a clear violation of FEMA's core values. The agency did not identify the employee or say where it happened. Florida's governor says he's opened an investigation into what happened.
Good. I'm glad. Let me see. This is the FEMA worker. Okay, let's go back up. I think there's some news here. I think it's right here. It's by Fox.
Ladies.
Yes, ma'am. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. So this is by Fox News here.
To avoid homes advertising Trump. A FEMA supervisor.
1 second. Just let me put this up. So this is by Fox News. Just got to speed it up a bit.
Supervisor told workers in a message to avoid homes advertising Trump as they canvass Lake Placid, Florida, to identify residents who could qualify for federal aid. Internal messages viewed by the Daily Wire reveal. The supervisor, Marn'i Washington, relayed this message both verbally and in group chat used by the relief team. Multiple government employees told the Daily Wire. So now hurricane relief also politicized.
Yeah, no question. And by the way, there was already outrage that so many FEMA funds had been raided to give to illegal immigrants. And so obviously people are saying we got to take the politics out of something as essential as emergency relief. I mean, this is insane. And by the way, the FEMA spokesperson has a statement. FEMA helps all survivors, regardless of their political preference or affiliation, and we are deeply disturbed by this employee's actions. While we believe this is an isolated incident, we've taken measures to remove the employee from their role and are investigating the matter to prevent this from happening ever again. The employee who issued this guidance had no authority and was given no direction from anyone to tell teams to avoid these homes, and we are reaching out to the people who have not been reached as a result of this incident. Will, I'm
so again, they're discriminating against people that want to vote for Trump. If you're pro-Trump, they discriminate against you. That's what it is. Just understand that. Okay, let's see some more of these liberal meltdowns here. All right, we played this one. We played this one. We played these ones.
I just saw a man smiling.
Hold on, let's see. We played some of these ones here. Oh, scrolling through the liberal crowd and meltdown. Okay, let's go to Libs of TikTok. Libs of TikTok has some good stuff here. Right, they're crying, they're melting down, like completely melting down. Joe Biden should resign and make Harris our first female president. Do you guys hear the narrative now? There's one of the narratives. They're saying that Joe Biden should resign to make Harris our first female president. That could happen. I think so. But listen.
He is looking for. That is my question. I'll start with you.
Joe Biden's been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left.
No, sir, you lying right now.
President, he's lived up to so many of the promises.
My question. I'll start with you.
Joe Biden's been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he.
Dude, you lying right now. You lying through your teeth. You think Joe Biden was a phenomenal president? What did he deliver on? Inflation, high rent, high cost of living? People can't buy a house? What are you talking about, man?
He could fulfill being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
It would absolve her from being able to from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see. Is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats
Okay, this
operate.
has now jumped from an internet meme to a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now.
Congratulations.
Season of House of Cards.
I thought you were going to say, what about the Supreme Court? That's also out there.
Well, the Supreme Court might happen. I don't know if it will, but I think this is something that's.
He is looking.
So what? Joe Biden could resign and make Kamala Harris the first female president. It could happen. It could happen. Okay, we're good there. But yeah, that could happen. I could see that happening. Should it happen? No. But we'll see. So you guys know about that. Oh, what else do we got here? Okay, so here's some Trudeau news. Trudeau has killed Canada. I would rather put a goat in Parliament and we can listen to it nay, yes, or no. It's better than what we have right now. Let's listen to Kevin O'Leary.
Trudeau has killed Canada.
Yep, he has killed Canada.
Trudeau has killed Canada. Trudeau has killed Canada. The damage, the abuse, the mismanagement, the incompetency.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he's right. The abuse, the incompetency, and the mismanagement. Let's play that again.
Trudeau has killed Canada. Trudeau has killed Canada. The damage, the abuse, the mismanagement, the incompetency.
Absolutely.
So let me just ask you this. When was the last time you felt proud to be Canadian?
9 years ago.
Damn.
I'm so pissed. I have a Canadian passport, the most coveted passport on earth. What did he do to us? I don't even know why they're pissed at us. I have to use my Irish passport to go to a wedding, and I'm so pissed. I don't care if they put a goat in running Canada. It's better than what we got right now. I'm happy to put a goat in Parliament, and we just listen to that goat nay, yes or no. It's better than what we have right now. Trudeau has killed Canada. The amount of capital that has left Canada in the last 8.5 years, the GDP per capita, the collapse of investment in Canada, it's all on him. He owns it. That guy has damaged our country in such a brutal fashion, it's going to take decades to fix it.
I said that
It's
too.
so important that he get out of there. Please leave us alone. Please leave. Please. His own party is on their knees begging him to leave.
Yep.
He's got to go. We have to fix the country. Please, enough. Please, enough. You can do something else. He's still got his passport. He can stay in Canada if he wants. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't care. He's just got to step aside. The damage, the abuse, the mismanagement, the incompetency. I'm so ashamed of what he's done to us. I went with my wife to a wedding in Cairo just months ago. They wouldn't let us in with our Canadian passports.
Wow, that's...
I mean, Trudeau, what did you do to us? What did you do to us? The same thing in India, the same thing in China. Like, what did you do? You own this problem. You own it. It's you. It's you. You own it. You own it. I'm so pissed. I have a Canadian passport, the most coveted passport on earth. What did he do to us? I don't even know why they're pissed at us. I have to use my Irish passport to go to a wedding, and I'm so pissed.
Well, thank you for that heartfelt plea, Kevin. I'm sure it resonates with many people watching right now.
Sorry, I just have to tell the truth sometimes.
The truth can never be considered disrespectful. He's right. Gonna repost.
Trudeau has killed Canada.
What else do we got here? Oh, I gotta go to Libs at TikTok. That's what I was gonna do. Let's go here. Let's see any more derangement videos here. Let's see. All right, so Democrat operative Lindy Lee, who sits on the Democratic National Committee Finance Committee, says the Harris campaign was a $1 billion disaster. Let's play the tape.
I actually think President Biden, the whole endorsing her 30 minutes after he dropped out, I think that was a big FU to the party. You don't want me, here's somebody that you may not like, but deal with it,
Suggesting that he's sticking the party with Kamala
Kind of like
Harris.
sticking it to the man.
Yeah, but okay, help me understand your perspective on that, because you worked for Kamala Harris.
I didn't. I'm a donor.
You're a donor.
Technically, I'm not on anyone's payroll. I'm not beholden to anyone. That's why I'm here telling the truth. I'm not here to gaslight anybody. This is just the truth.
And what is the truth?
The truth is this is just an epic disaster. This is a $1 billion disaster. Actually, it was $1.018 billion, I think, right? There were 20 million or $18 million in debt.
Right.
It's incredible. And I raised millions of that. I have friends that I have to be accountable to and to explain what happened, because I told them it was a margin of error race. I was promised, Jen O'Malley Dillon promised all of us that Harris would win. She even put videos out saying that Harris would win. I believed her. My donors believed her. And so they wrote massive checks. I feel like a lot of us were misled. And even on the night of election night, Will, I looked somebody in the eye and I said, are we going to do this? Are we going to pull it off? She told me yes. And I asked somebody else, like, how are you feeling? He's like, we're going to win Iowa.
More lies.
And I was like, what?
Do you think, did they believe this going in? Was there a real sense of false confidence on the side of Kamala Harris? Or did they know they were in store for disaster?
I was wondering about that. I was like, I asked them, are you privy to internal numbers that I am not seeing? Because I study this so carefully, and I just wasn't seeing any basis for that level of confidence.
Wild, right? All right, so there was something here. So let's live with TikTok. Imagine a mother going on TikTok to publicly blast her children for voting for Trump. This is evil. Let's hear this bozo.
So here's a problem that I have dealing with my MAGA sons.
Listen.
They get very, very offended if I say that I think that they are ignorant to some things because of their support for this rapist and felon.
Oh, Lord.
But here's the thing. I have two choices. when I try to understand why they would support an abhorrent human.
Okay, let's move on. When was this? Okay, so this is a crazy post. So, Minnesota man who spoke about his fear of a Trump-led government inflicting their misguided beliefs on his family committed suicide after murdering his wife, his ex, and his 2 children following Trump's victory. Weak men create hard times. Minnesota dad deletes his wife, ex, and 2 children as his chilling social media post revealed. You can't make this stuff up. So I think we should figure that story out and then go stream this one out because I didn't even know anything about this one. Let's see. Yep, it's true. All right, so we're going to stream this one up here. But first we're going to go, I'm going to set that stream up. First we got to go through this one here. So it says Kamala's ultimate humiliation is complete as shock group turns their back on her. As Kamala Harris reels in a shock from her brutal defeat to Donald Trump, a voter shift has emerged that perhaps stings the Democratic candidate the most. Young Gen Z women, widely considered Harris' safest demographic, turned their backs on the Democrats in droves to support Donald Trump. The exit polling from the AP reveals 40% of women under 30 voted for Trump, a 7-point jump on 2020. The youngest of them, aged 18 to 24, fled Harris in greater numbers, with Trump gaining 11 points on his contest with Joe Biden. Trump's huge rally with young women helped secure the largest portion of voters under 30 than any Republican since 2008. This is what it looks like when you're winning.